All right, so we're gonna be doing the question Teemo attacking. So this person is probably a League of Legends fan who created this. Teemo's attacking the enemy Ashe with poison attacks. When Teemo attacks Ashe, Ashe gets poisoned for exactly duration seconds. Okay. More formally, an attack second T will mean that Ashe is poisoned inclusive the time of T to T duration, T plus duration minus 1. If Teemo attacks again before the poison effect, then the timer for it is reset. The poison effect will end duration seconds before the new attack. Okay. You're giving a non-decreasing integer array time series where time series I denotes that Teemo attacks Ashe at second time series I in an integer. Return the total number of seconds that Ashe is poisoned. Time series 4, duration 2. Teemo attacks Ashe. One and 4. However, Teemo attacks again. So what's the output? 4. Okay. So time series length is 1, so at minimum 1, and duration is 2. And it looks like for each count in the time series, you get whatever the duration is, unless it overlaps. This is going to be an O of n times m question. So it's going to be whatever the duration is times. So first I'm going to create a poisoned. So I'm going to count all the occurrences where duration happens. So for example, where the poison duration occurs. So it's going to be 2 is the duration, right? So it'll be 1 and 2, right? And then 4. It doesn't count overlap. For iron range time series, what's going to happen is I have to count the poison for each duration. So iron length time series. What I'm going to do is go time series at I plus duration. From 0 to duration. 0 to duration minus 1. Yeah, t plus duration minus 1. So all I'm going to do here is go 4. So right now I'm counting out from time series, that's O of n. Then I have to count for the duration. So O of n times n. So it's not going to be O of n squared. Because it could be, duration could be like 2 elements. So it would be like O of n, 1, 2, 3, 4 times 2. 1, 2, next. 1, 2, next. 1, 2. Or it could be next. 1, 2, 3, 4, next. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how O of n times n works. O of n times n, O of n squared is like whatever this is, doubled, like double the loops for each item. It's double the time. O of n times m is not necessarily double the time. It's at worst case double the time, but that's a story for another day. For j in range 0 to duration. So for example, it's 2. I want to add for 0 and 1. So it's going to be poisoned is going to be 0, 1. The only thing is, if it's like extremely long, it's going to be hard, but we'll try it. So for example, what I'll do is I'll write out my logic. If it doesn't work, I'll show you guys it on Python Playground or something, and then I will check on ChatGPT after. But I'm pretty sure this is how you can solve it. So you can go poisoned. Dot append. So time series I is the actual time at which attacked, and then this just adds seconds onto duration. Of every second it's poisoned to show you if there's any overlap or not. So for example, this would be 1, 2, 4, 5. If we were to put in 1 and 4, if you put 3, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Or 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, or some shit. Time series I plus, because it gets poisoned the second you're attacked. So at time plus the range from 0 to time minus 1. So from time to time minus 1. So this is time, and I'm adding up to time minus 1. So t minus 1 is going to be duration, so j. Right now it's going to be 0. And that element 0. So I'm adding element 0 from this actual value, so it's going to be 1 plus 0. 1 plus 1, right? Because it's going to go up to 1. But then it's duration minus 1. So Python already builds in that minus 1. So this should give you the total amount of time it's been poisoned, and you should have some overlapping numbers in there. The second thing you're going to have is we have to find a way to get rid of the duplicates. Now, all it does here is once you have all these values, you just count it. So it's poison for 1, 2, 3, 4 seconds. Just count the number of elements, right? So because there's going to be repeats, we don't count overlap. So what I'm going to do is return the length of the set of poisoned. There, that eliminates all the repeat items in the, by turning a list into a set, you get rid of the repeats. So let me quickly test this. So print x equals 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3. Print. There we go. Then we go print length of the set. So first let's print. We should get 4 for length of x. Length of the set of x should be 3. 4, 3, done. So length of x just prints out the length of the list. This prints out the length of the set. So we get rid of these 2's. Only 1 gets added, so we get 3, 4 and 3. This proves that we could do this here. So let's now run our code. Passes. The only way I could see it not passing is if the array is so long it'll exceed the time limit. Memory limit exceeded. So yeah, look how long this list is. Right, so the time series is just so long. Like, what is this, 1,000,000 elements? So it works, we know it works. It passes the test cases as I predicted. The thing now is figuring out how to deal with the difference. What's the value? Output 4. I'm doing some like bro math. All I could do is 2 plus 1 is 3, 4 times thing. I don't. A non-decreasing order time series. I'm just thinking. So poison for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. 2 is also going to be 2 and 3. Right. 1 and 2, 2 and 3. So it's going to be poisoned for 3 seconds. So my for loop works. The only thing now is figuring out how to do it. What's the memory limit? So memory 20 out of 40 test cases. So I have to find a faster way to solve it. Like if the consecutive number is less than duration, do we just add it? That's the thing. Let's see. Let's put into ChatGPT. So now we saw that this works, but it's too slow. My code. Then I go here. Your current code generates the list of this approach is correct but may be inefficient for larger inputs. Okay, so it's saying just add whatever. So 1, add 2. 2, add 2. 3, add 2. Let's see what they did. So total poison times, if times not in series, return 0. Well, it's going to be at least 1, so you can't get 0. So for attack time and attack series, calculate the time of the current poisoning effect. So attack time plus duration. Okay. And then if there's an overlap, only add the new poison interval. So if attack time is less than last end time, total poison time equals current time minus last end time. Otherwise, if there's no overlap, add it. Oh, okay, so it's just basically saying calculate at each one. Calculate each time, and if it's overlapping, don't add it, otherwise add it. And they start last end time as 0, so they can get it. They can get the ball rolling. Total poison time starts at 0. Last end time is also initialized to 0 for each attack time, current time, and calculate the current end time as attack time plus duration. If the attack time is less than the last end time, it means there's an overlap with the previous poison effect. Hence, only add the portion of the new interval that's extended. If there's no overlap, add the full duration. Update the last end time. O of n over 1 space. Okay, cool. That makes sense. You only have to do one pass through the array. Attack time in time series. So what they're doing is, instead of doing a double for loop like here and counting the elements, they're just going to use O of 1 space and then just calculate a total value. Poison time equals 0. Last end time equals 0. The poison duration ends. So if, and they have for attack time and time series, it's gonna be let's see, it's gonna be current poison time, current end time. Last end time 0. Attack time plus duration. Attack time plus duration is the first one. Current end time. If, let's see, what do they put here? Attack time is less than last end time. Last end time gives you the last moment it was poisoned. So you want to find out how long it was poisoned. Attack time is each item in the time series here. This is the time series 1 and 2. Yeah, if attack time is less than the last end time, that means that it's an overlap. So it's going to be attack time minus last end time. Or last end time minus, yeah, current end time minus last end time. So it's going to be attack time plus duration minus, because it says t plus t duration minus 1. So it's going to be attack time plus duration minus the last end time. So that's going to be current minus duration. No, not duration, minus last end time. Plus equals, you only add the portion that works, that's not overlapping. So you go the current time, which is the new value, minus the old value, or and then you can return poison time. Else, poison time, if it doesn't overlap at all, you just add current end time. Total poison time plus duration. Or you just add the duration, you don't add current end time. Poison time plus duration. Oh yeah, and then you have to update. So last end time equals current end time. So poison time plus duration. Then we have to update it so it's not always 0. So it's going to be last end time that should work. And there you have it. So basically what they do here is they have total poison time. So the way we did it first was we just created a loop, double for loop, and then if there's and then I just list out all the seconds that you attack and all the durations of seconds. So if you have repeats, so it's like 1 2 3 2 3 4, right? You'll have 1 2 3 and 2 3 4 in the array, just turn into a set, so you only get unique numbers, then count each number, right? So that takes too long. So what they did here was they do one pass through the loop, and then they go total poison time and last end time. So total poison time is what we're trying to accumulate for seconds poisoned. And as you know, that's just the duration of that time length, right? So if you have overlap, you want to get rid of any of the times that are common. So you have your last end time, which is 0, because we haven't started yet. So current end time is the attack time. So let's say it's 1, and then the duration. So it's going to be 1 plus however long the duration lasts. So yeah, it's going to be 1 plus however long the duration lasts. So it's going to be that, and then if your attack time is less than the last end time, so let's say it's less than the last element, so you just attack, then there's no overlap. So say it's 1, right? And duration is 3 seconds, so it goes so it's 1 2 3, right? If you attack on 2, then you have 2 3 4. You want to minus that whole section of if you have 1, you have 1 2 3. So you want to minus that 2 3 and just get the 1 2 3 4, right? So what you do here is, if your attack time is less than the last end time, you go total poison time is plus equals current end time minus the last end time. So it's 2 3 4, so 1 2 3, right? You add that whole thing together, so it's 1 plus whatever the hell it is. So it's going to be attack time is going to be 1 plus, let's say it's 3 seconds, so it's going to be 1 plus 4 is 5. And then you're going to have current time. So 5 is going to be your new last time. Now you attack on 2, so you have 2, 3, 4. So you attack on 2, you get 3, 4, 5. Because that's the duration. Duration lasts on it, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3. And then 2, 3, 4. So you'd minus the 2, 3. From the 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, you minus those. So it just cancels out what you had from the last one. So you only add the new duration, or the duration that was overlapped in seconds, right? So what you have now is, else, if there's no overlap, you just add the full duration. So it's going to be 3 seconds. Okay, add the full 3, right? The last one, we had overlap, so we only had 1 second, right? So that is how you add it, and then you have to update the last time to get the time before. So last end time equals current end time. Because you started 0, there's no end time, right? The next loop, we need to use this end time as the previous one. And this is the new end time compared to the previous one to see if there's overlap, right? So that's how you solve the question. And then let's try submitting it. And boom, beats 5.32% of other solutions. So if you enjoyed this question called Teemo attacking for you League of Legends fans, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, comment below. Knologist out.